Okay, so we're drafting a couple of best ball drafts tonight. We're gonna do not the big dog. I can't be doing that right now, but we're gonna be doing the puppy 2. It's a $5 entry. I'll look into this. It's a $5 entry. First place, I put 200K on the on the video. I meant 100K, but first place is 100K. I wonder if I can edit the video through here, but second place is 50K. Third place is 25K. Basically, if you get top 10, you're making at least 10 bands, which is pretty nice. But the odds of actually getting that's pretty crazy in the puppy. There's 225,000 entrants. I don't know the actual math on that, but percentage chance to be first place, and that's pretty crazy. Now, last year, I did get in the finale of a couple of the MMG leagues. So I turned, I think it was $5 or maybe it was $3 into like $700 total in one of them. So see what we can do here. Try to fix this stream real quick. If you guys see the data right here, or the I forget what it's called. It's basically like the draft agent, whatever, through Flock Fantasy. It's a game changer, really. I'm not using it just because I like to watch the Flock Fantasy videos and stuff, but because it's actually a very useful tool. Let me see on my phone if everything's looking good live. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Is it live? I don't hear much going on. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, it's working. All right, so we're gonna probably how do I change the name of my microphone? Has no signal. Why is that? We're in the 109, which isn't bad. Is it live? No, I can still hear it on the live stream. My microphone has no signal. We'll see. Go to live dashboard. Trying to change the name. If it'll let me. Okay. All right, so we're in here at the 109. Goes Bijan first, Gibbs, Chase. Now let's see how we can do. I think the new strategy, I'm going to upload a video on this, I think tomorrow or the next day. Basically taking a couple quarterbacks really late in these best ball leagues. I've done a little bit of research, I will say, in these some quarterbacks that I think that are worth drafting pretty far into the draft. And there's no way Amon-Ra makes it to me here at 9. Okay, about to say that'd be I'm gonna take CD. Another little stat I've learned that today, I did some research today, and I found that the wide receiver 1 has not been in the top 5. So in the last 5 years since 2020, the wide receiver 1 has not been in the top 5 the year before, except for 1 year. Justin Jefferson, I think, was 5th. So for the last 5 years, the number 1 wide receiver has not even been top 5. which I think CeeDee Lamb fits at this year. Now I want to go Achane just because I don't have Achane. I have 9.5% of him. I should go Kenneth Walker. I have like none of him, but I really kind of believe in Achane this year. Another stat that I was looking at this year was basically if you look at a team with a lot of air yards available and say they don't have a lot of talent at the receiver level and say that there's not a lot of talent there at all, a lot of times elite running backs, if there's a lot of air yards available, will be able to go in and have great seasons off of that. So Achane kind of fits the perfect, I guess you would say, prospect for that. So here we are. Looks like we have Amon Ra, Brock Bowers. Drake London went pretty early with Cook. And another little tool I think is cool to use is on this Flock Fantasy best ball tool. You can go to combos and put your players in. And basically this means 1.4% of the people have CeeDee Lamb and Achane. And it looks like I have one already. I didn't know that. I like it though. So we go back to the rankings. It shows you the Flock rankings, like the average of all of these people's rankings. Honestly, the person I like the most on here, I think it's going to be Mason or Davis. I think it's Matek. But these two are pretty good. I know Mason himself has won he won a big dog, which was like a couple 100,000. He's won some big money in best ball, so I kind of trust him with his stuff. He has George Pickens as the number one here. George Pickens CeeDee Lamb stack's kind of ugly. But if I go to combos right here, you can see on the right where it says all, that shows the percentage of people that have my build already, so Achane and Lamb. And then they take this player. So 3.8% of teams have those three players. And I would love to go ETN here if he falls. And I'll go Josh Allen if he comes back around. I don't know. T. Higgins looks nice here. Let's go Mason. He has T. Higgins. Malik Neighbors, T. Higgins. So I'm going to put my trust in my first pick being Lamb and go ETN here. And then if Josh Allen makes it back around, I might take him here. Actually, no, I'm not going to. I mean, that'd be a crazy fall, but I'm gonna show you guys the strategy of what I think could help you out if some of these best ball leagues, if you don't take a quarterback quick. This is something I'm trying to do. So we have T. Higgins falling a little bit, six pass ADP, 5 pass ADP. Oh man. I'm gonna go Luther Burden here, I think. Luther Burden. I've drafted a lot of Luther Burden. So 0.1% of leagues actually have this combo apparently, which is pretty nice. Because when you're playing in these like $5 leagues with the puppy and stuff, you want to be able to draft teams that I wouldn't say not a lot of people have exactly. It's just like, number one, you want to have a team that is a little slightly unique, and also you have to bet on like the upside of these players. So, you know, I could want Mike Evans or Luther Burden, but like the odds of Mike Evans or Luther Burden having a breakout just stupid year. I think Mike Evans actually it's I think he should be going like higher than what he's at. I really think in like a PPR redraft, I would definitely take I think Evans over Burden, but not in the best ball. I could just see Luther Burden go nuclear versus Mike Evans going nuclear. A lot of hate I might get for that, but it's a true statement for me. So here, we're going to be running Lamar Jackson, DJ Moore. I might go Tootin, or I could double stack with Burden and Adunze. I like these three running. I like this area in the draft. I think I go Tootin here if I can get him, and then I go. Hopefully, I can land Cardinal Tate, Brian Thomas. I have a lot of Brian Thomas though. Big shot Tootin. Yeah, a lot of people have Tootin with this. This guy should take. Yeah, I'm gonna go. A lot of people might hate on this, but I'm gonna go with Dunze. I don't like stacking the same wide receivers on the same team, or I do, but that kind of means I have to draft Caleb Williams, possibly. It might have been a mistake, actually, now I think about it. Tyson. Go Jordan Tyson, because I'm going to do something here at the end of the draft. I'm going to go Tyler Shook, and if I can get that. I like Tyler Warren here. I really do. I think Tyler Warren is somebody that, if you can get him to fall to you at the right spot, I would say 6-7 turn. It's a great pick. They're gonna have no one to throw to. I mean, Alec Pierce. I'm a Colts fan. I don't believe in Alec Pierce as being a true one. I really don't. I think a lot of his talent is just off of throwing deep balls to him and him being able to catch those deep balls. That could be a complete terrible take, but I think Pittman was. If I had to like put the game on the line and who I want to be more clutch and who I want to throw the ball to, I'm picking Pittman over Alec Pierce. So I'm kind of sad we got rid of Michael Pittman. I think that getting rid of Pittman and paying, getting rid of Pittman and paying Pierce wasn't the most optimal move the Colts could have done, especially the amount they paid him. Yeah. I'm higher on Pollard than a lot of people, just because I like Pollard as a running back, and I think that. I mean, they drafted what's his face, but Singleton, but I mean, he should be able to get so much work. So say Lemon. Looks like we're gonna go. I wouldn't mind taking Tucker Craft here, just because the target vacuum they have over in Green Bay. But it's almost like I have to go Prescott here. I think he's going to draft Prescott. This guy is going to be If he takes Prescott, it's gonna piss me off. Okay, he took Trevor Lawrence. I'm gonna take Dak Prescott here. I think Lemon's a good pick, but just because I have CeeDee Lamb, I think it's inevitable. So what I'm actually gonna do here is see how many people have Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb with TN 0.2 with a Dunze 0.4. It's coming back to me for the burden 0.2. RJ Harvey, Addison, down. So all these running backs I don't like too much down in here. I'm gonna go Kyle Monanga. I'm gonna take the Bears offense and bet on them to be a better offense this year. And I honestly think I could have just drafted like 2 top 5 receivers this year and a top 15 with Tyson, Burden, Dunze, and Lamb. I think I have at least I think at least top 5 and top 15. Now with the Flock Fantasy, best ball tool, you can also grade your teams and stuff. So right now it says I have an A. This is basically off of like what their rankings are and stuff. So like if you see a C, you can see he drafted so many running backs. If you draft all those running backs, you can't be going quarterback. Like my uniqueness is not that good though, which isn't too big of a deal, at least at this point. This is one of my favorite teams I've had so far. So QB Tyler Shook is going to be the 264 or 118, and I'm got the reach on him. Not this pick, but the pick coming back. So here I'm gonna go. Let's look at the rankings. I like Xavier Worthy a lot, but I think I'm gonna go Kyle Pitts because I need a tight end. Yep, I think that Kyle Pitts is the best player on the board, so I'm gonna go Kyle Pitts. I'm a little bit scared about the quarterback play there, but we'll be able to see what happens. Now here, I think the best play on the board is not Tyler Shook, but knowing that I took Tyson, I really want to have that stack with ETN as well on the team. I think this is a team that's going to improve their offense. I think it's going to be actually a pretty big improvement, to be honest. I think they're really underrated. Tyler Shook, you'll see in a video I posted in a couple days. His last 5 weeks, he was like the quarterback 3. Or maybe not quarterback 3, but he was averaging over 20 points a game. I know that. Gainwell. Yeah, I would go Gainwell, but I think right here I want Tyler Shook. And I think those are going to be my... Oh, shoot, it says 3 quarterbacks, yeah. Rankings, we're going to come back and draft probably Stephon Diggs. Who's the wide receiver 2 for the... Wide receiver 2 for Seattle. Like, why am I thinking... Like, I know it's Rashid Shaheed, but... Okay, so now I can see I already have the Dak stack. I don't have a Dak CD stack, really? Shoot. CD Achan. I want to see who I have on that team. So I think here I might go with my second tight end, which is Jake Ferguson. But I could go Krosky Merritt. Oh shoot, he got taken. If Jake Ferguson falls, that'd be great. I think there's a lot of targets for the Ravens to open up for more injuries, but the problem with drafting him right now is I think they're going to sign something like Stephon Diggs or something like that, Tyreek Hill. So hopefully Mark Andrews doesn't go here. That would suck. He has one tight end. I wouldn't think he's going to go for it. And he... Oh, Ferguson already went. I'm dumb. So it looks like I'm going to go... I'm going to go Mark Andrews. I don't have too much Mark Andrews, but he could be pretty good. But like I said, I think they're going to sign somebody. I'm so happy that their buys didn't just collide. I just realized that. Do I have Tyron Tracy in my other... Shakir's been falling lately. If he can fall them, nope. Omar Cooper. Yeah. Looks like I'm going to be going Omar Cooper here. I have a lot of Omar Cooper, though. Hopefully one of these wide receivers can not bust. That's kind of the goal here. Okay. Konku's someone I'm super high on too this year. I could go for a Geno Smith at the end of this stack. What? I have Strange, Algier. Okay. Now we're looking at maybe a Jalen Naylor. I like Sadiq here. They have bye conflict. I don't know. I don't like having two tight ends the same bye week. I'll have to go Jonah Coleman here if he's available. Because he is clearly one of the best players available. And their rankings, I'm trying to believe in their rankings. So Dynasty, Chase Brown or Olave and Aaron Jones. 1 second, on the clock. We're going to go... I like Sadiq, but I'm going to go Coleman. Need running back here. Chase Brown or Olave and Aaron Jones. I have Jordan Mason already, and I'm deep at running back. I personally think if you're deep at running back with Cook, CMC, Javonte, definitely I think Olave is a boost. Olave had a crazy end of the season last year, and having Aaron Jones, not valued a lot in Dynasty, but he's someone that can give you points on a week-to-week basis on good matchups. I would say I would risk it for Olave. Olave is someone I've been trading for. He's kind of low priced right now. I do think like if you're trading Chase Brown for Olave and Aaron Jones, maybe see if there's a different route there. I don't know. So here I like Kenyon Sadiq, but I'm gonna go with the stack with Juwan Johnson. Actually, I'm gonna go Sadiq because I'm gonna draft Geno Smith in this too. Yeah, so that's I'm kind of worried about it. I'll be honest with you. About the concussion blood clot, but that's kind of why his market is where he's at. Because if he didn't have those problems, he's a clear top 10 receiver. Top and like in talent, I think pushing top 5. Javonte for Waddle straight up. If you're keeping Chase Brown, I would move towards that. Because if Javonte doesn't get the touchdowns like he did last year, he's definitely going to regress. So if Javonte... Yeah, because I think Javonte had a pretty high touchdown season last year. And if CeeDee Lamb plays more games, that could mean less touchdowns for him. But also, he could just put up the same season. Now, I can't fumble Geno Smith in this draft here because I just took Omar Cooper and Sadiq. Waddle's a weird one this year. I like Waddle. I'm a huge Waddle guy, but the problem that I see there, not even a problem. There's no problem there. It's just like, do you believe in Bo Nix? I believe in Bo Nix. Do you think Cortland Sutton's gonna take away his red zone targets? Maybe. I think Cortland Sutton should regress. I also said that last year too. So. And I've been looking at some data too. This is random, but someone on the Steelers is going to go nuclear this year. I don't know who it is. Someone is going nuclear on the Steelers. So with that said, I'm taking Bernard. Now, if you look at the construction of this, oh, now it's saying don't take a quarterback. Shoot, I just took all them Jets players. Running back. It says take 5. Why is it telling me to draft this way? Five, 6. No, I'm going to take Geno. I don't care what this says. I'm taking Geno. Yeah, so in Dynasty, I've been trying to trade for Olave too. But the reason I've been trying to trade for Olave is because the person that has him, like, I know him and he is very, like, he loves the Saints, but he's really high on Jordan Tyson. So he thinks that blood clot stuff kind of scares him. Yeah, it's just willing. If I think Olave's ceiling is a lot higher than Javonte, or not Javonte, but Chase Brown, I guess. That could be crazy to say though. Seven, 8, 1, 2, 1. So it's going to tell me that I need to take a wide receiver, 2 more wide receivers, and a running back. Now we're in a great position to take a running back here because what I'm going to do is I could go Ray Davis or Braylon Allen. I do hate kind of how I killed this team by drafting Jets players because that's something you probably never should do is draft a bunch of Jets players. But I mean, fun fact: there's only been two teams before the Jets this year that ever drafted a tight end and wide receiver in the same first round of the same year, and one of those teams actually ended up having the MVP of the year. Quarterback, actually, I'm saying. And the reason why I like Ray Davis here is because if Cooks goes down, Ray Davis is literally going to be like a top 10 running back play every week just because of the offense. Braylon Allen, on the other hand, his talent alone is pretty good. I think Ray Davis is the move here. He's the best running back for a while. So, Braylon Allen's good too, but I think go Ray Davis. Because if, like I said, if James Cook goes down, Ray Davis is the man. At least I think so. I think he's a pretty good running back too. Now we're looking at Elijah Surratt. Does anybody have? Oh, there's no way he doesn't go right before me. Oh, I just dropped my ring. The only problem with Surratt right now is like if they sign like Stephon Diggs or God, my ears hurt from this. I don't even need to wear this. I didn't think about that. Oh shoot. I'm gonna take him now. I didn't even see his buy. I should have looked at that, but 13, not terrible. I think that I just realized I took 1, 2, 3. I took 4 rookies and then 2 players on the same team. My wide receivers, I gotta hope that someone plays pretty good. This could be the team with a pretty high ceiling, though. I think Tyler Shook and Dak Prescott could both be like. There's a world where Dak Prescott's top 5, possibly even top 3. Tyler Shook could be top 10, especially with his rushing, and Geno could be a top 13, I would say. And then Achan could be a top 3. ETN could be a top 7 or 8. Manungai could be a top 15. Coleman could be a top 15. Ray Davis could be like a top 25 if anything ever happens. If something happens to Cooks, then he's going to be like a top 20 kind of guy. CeeDee Lamb, I could see him being the wide receiver 1 this year. Burner or Dunze, I could see him, one of them being top 5 or top 8. Tyson, I could see being like a top 15 as a rookie. Omar Cooper, I could see him being like top 20, 25 as a rookie. And these last 2 are just straight risks. So my uniqueness is pretty good. Advancement is an S tier. I'm guessing that means my league mates were terrible. And if you guys don't know what this is the Flock Fantasy best ball tool. I've been using it, and it really helps you out in your drafts. You can, yeah. So we're gonna get back into the draft, and we're gonna do a second draft. We're gonna do the okay. So I'm hoping I want to get. I have like very little Jackson Smith, but my wide receiver 1 this year is Jackson Smith, and the reason behind that is because there's so much potential for him. Obviously, it's his like what year 3, 4, I forget, I can't remember, but I think it was Sam Darnold only had like 400 some pass attempts last year. And if Sam Darnold could get into a season where they need to win games and throwing a lot more, Jackson Smith could potentially go 2,000 plus. That's his talent. That's that offense. And they also, I believe, got worse at running back. And yeah, I believe that. So I think they might have to rely on it even more. Puka Nacua, I'm not as high on. Some reason every year I'm like Puka Nacua might regress this year just because he did so good the year prior. But I think it's gonna go Jackson Smith, Jamar Chase, and then maybe Puka. So we're at the 4. And I'm not going to take Puka. I'm taking Jamar Chase or Jackson Smith. That's who I'm getting. And I forgot to update my... Go to my drafts. Active. Okay, lobby. Active. Completed. Do that. Title. And do this. We're syncing that league. You guys can see I have about 100, I think it's like $100 probably total this year. We're going small unit size so far. We will ramp up towards the end, and hopefully I can win one this year. Please don't take Jackson Smith. Okay, Jamal Chase. I'm going to go Jackson Smith. I believe in him. I think he can have a better season than what he had last year. And then 5's going to get Puka. And I also think that Sam Darnold, like, a lot of people, so like last year I think it was like the quarterback 14 or something like that. And a lot of people don't realize is like I've seen people on YouTube talk about like Sam Darnold, not the greatest fancy quarterback. I believe he was like the quarterback 3 or 4 when he had Justin Jefferson. So it's not, I don't think it's just as bad as you think it'll be if you do like a Sam Darnold stack with Jackson Smith. So this is the weird one. I don't think I've ever had the 4 spot, just being honest. I don't think I've had one yet. Maybe I've had 1 or 2. But you can see I have 0 Kenneth Walker. That is insane. And I think right here, when you're in this part of the draft, you're kind of just hoping for someone random to fall to you, and you have to decide on who you think's better. So if it's me right here, let's look at the combos with Jackson Smith. I took Drake London with him before. I'm probably gonna try to see if I can get like the AJ Brown. I kind of like the stack with him a little bit. AJ Brown. If I could get like Chase Brown to fall, we'll see. I mean, no chance we get. If one of these 4 running backs falls, it's almost like you have to. They have Drake London a lot higher. I'm not that high on him. I'd love to take. I might do a Nico stack actually. A lot of sleepers on Nico this year. I think if he stays healthy. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go Nico. Less people have that too. Nico's another one of those wide receivers this year that I could see, if CJ Stroud can get them going. I think the problem with Nico though is that at the goal line, you know what? I'm so wrong. I'm gonna go AJ Brown. The only reason I'm gonna go AJ Brown on that, I just realized it's the same bye week. That's kind of insane. But the reason why I just thought about AJ Brown there was because I'll put you guys through my thought process, put myself through my own thought processes. Jackson Smith, AJ Brown. AJ Brown, I feel like he's one of those players that's gonna be top five. Like he can be top five if they're actually offense is gonna use him. And Kayshon Boutte had some really big spike weeks with touchdowns last year, and they didn't have any changes on offense that much. So I could see a world where AJ Brown has one of his best years with the Patriots. They're supposed to regress as an offense in points, but I don't believe it truly. They had an easy schedule. I will admit that. Now, who I'm going here, we're gonna see who they. I like a Brees Hall. That's kind of who I'm wanting here. I'll go look at the rankings. Jeremiah Love is someone that really scares me, like truly. I could go Trey McBride. Okay. Jeremiah Love's a huge faller here. Let's just put some trust in the Jeremiah Love here and hope that he can be good. Hopefully he can be the goal line guy. That's what I'm scared for. They brought in some running backs there, and I hope they don't take the work from him. Brees Hall is someone I like. I've always liked him. I think the big thing about Brees Hall for me is just I took a lot of Jets players in that last draft. So I kind of don't want to do that again. I really want to go Scatterboo with my next pick if you can follow me. A lot of times you can get Jacobs and Javonte to fall just because these receivers right here look so... Like we have two running backs, one running back, two running back, one running back, two running back. If I can get anyone from Igbuka to Evans to fall to me right here, this would be great. To me, this is the best place to pick in the draft, too. When you're right here between, I think between Javonte and really Tootin is a great place to be drafting. Some players in here are going to be, some gems. I just realized Jeremiah Love really fell. Like, really fell. A lot of times he's being drafted around that 24. Now, another cool thing we can do here is see how many teams actually have this. There's less than 0.1% of people that have this lineup. This is a pretty good lineup. Now, people that have this, they go Scatterboo. And I think that's the right move. I think it really is. The problem with Scaboo is he's gonna get a concussion. That's the problem. And Evans went. Wow. Really, if any of these three running backs can fall, that'd be great. I don't think this guy's gonna take a running back. There's no reason to. I think McLaurin is in a great place to be better this year too. I have no Josh Jacobs. That's insane. I just hope Jacobs isn't the one that falls to me. I really don't have to take him. I'll be perfectly fine here taking Terry McLaurin. I could reach on. Trevion Waddle. Waddle. I'm going to reach on Trevion. I have a lot of them. I believe in them. If there's a running back here that if there's a player in this vicinity right here that I think can take over in the league, it's going to be him. And we're going to pick back around the Devontae Adams pick. And I'd love to have Jackson Smith, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Adams as my wide receivers. I'm kind of upset I'm not going to be able to pick right in here. This is a good area to pick. Let's look at my grades so far. It's not posted. Okay. Waddle's a big faller right here. I mean, we're at 52, and he's ADP'd at 48, but some of these... Yeah, Waddle's a big faller here. I think I'd love to take a running back here just because, but I had to do it. Because when I come back around, oh, I thought I picked sooner. Because I'm kind of banking on Jackson Smith to be the wide receiver 1 here. I think there's potential. Like, I think the reason with this team that is so great right here is that I have 2 potential top 5 wide receivers. I would say 1 potential top 5, 2 potential top 6 or 7. I have at least 3 top 10 running backs potentially, and 2 top 5 potential wide receivers. Versus taking Jalen Waddle, I think Jalen Waddle will be lucky to break 10 based off the volume he's gonna have. I mean, he's gonna have. I think Cortland Sutton isn't a problem to a lot of people's like eyes, but to me, I think in the red zone it's a big problem. Where's Michael Pittman going in these drafts? $104. He goes pretty far. Like I said, there's someone in the Steelers that's going to go off this year. There's so much potential. There's a lot of they have the most, I think, inside the 10 targets available coming from last year, like a target vacuum. If Drake May falls, I have to get him. But I kind of don't want to. Because I have a strategy I'm going to try to do here, but it might be bad. Yeah, if Drake May can fall, that'd be great. I really wanted to do the strategy where I take Daniel Jones at the very end. And then take Daniel Jones, Tyler Shook, and Geno or something. Fifty percent of these teams that are drafted like this, with Jackson Smith, AJ Brown, Jeremiah Love, take Drake May. I have an A+ draft grade, so this might be my best team I've drafted. I really think. If this guy goes Drake May, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. We're gonna go Drake May. You just have to. Now here I'm looking for a receiver, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go DK Metcalf and see if I can get Pittman too and take Aaron Rodgers. I believe that offense is so, I think, undervalued this year. Like, there's so much. As long as they can move the football, they're gonna be fine. I really want Quentin Johnson. I'm not gonna I'm gonna be looking at like Xavier Worthy. That's ugly. I think the best person on the board with these rankings would be it gets weird down in here. I think Jaden Reed's a good pick here. If I want to go an upside, just please don't go DK any of these people. I think it should be we're gonna go DK. We'll put the trust in a receiver that can have spike weeks. I think it's a big thing about him. And it looks like we're going to be looking around. I think Josh Downs is a great pick too. Just going to be honest. I really, really wanted Jaden Reed there or Quentin Johnson. I don't really like being in that pick. The question is do I go Metcalf and Michael Pittman with the Rodgers stack? Do I still have an A+ grade? I still have an A+ grade. And I like taking Tootin too. Michael Wilson, I'm not too high on. There is Michael. I'm going to have the chance to get Michael Pittman. That's crazy. Let's look at the construction here. It's going to say take 2 more running backs. I'm going to need a lot of receivers, so I need to get a tight end shortly. I don't want to get too deep at tight end, but Harold Fannin not practicing, that's not cool. I guess this guy's an S tier team. I don't really know how. Did he get someone that fell like crazy? I'm not sure. I think. Who fell? Why is it so good? I think it might have been Javante. I don't want a Harold Fannin. I'm not big on Harold Fannin this year. Don't ask me why. Just not. Josh Downs. We're going Josh Downs. Alec Pierce injury news. I like that. we're going to be in a position to draft Michael Pittman. I'm putting a lot of trust here in having Trevion and Tootin. I'll be honest with you guys. Construction. It's going to tell me 2 quarterbacks is who I'm targeting. 3 tight ends still. Gainwell's a good ad, though, if I could. Let's look at the tight ends. Oh, there's a lot of good tight ends available. I'm going to do this. I would never do this in our league. I'm just taking. I want to get a share of Michael Pittman in this one. I want to make this one a little bit weird. So I'm going Metcalf, Pittman. Let me look at. I guess on another. Look at Steelers schedule. So in the playoff weeks, the Steelers play. Ooh, they got a rough matchup towards it. Hold on. It's not terrible. I think the first week of the playoffs they play the Ravens, which is not ideal. They play the Panthers and Titans, so we'll see about that. I wouldn't mind a KC Conception, but I'm not trying to get another Week 11 bye. I feel like my Week 11, I'm going to have Pittman, Downs, Metcalf. That's just terrible. Where does Rodgers go here? I could go Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones, too. I like Daniel Jones a lot. But A-Rod, he's going around 174. Might go a little bit earlier, so what do I have to pick at? I'll be right there to pick him. Someone's going to have a really bad draft in this. For someone to have there's 2 S tiers? That is insane. I think drafting Bo Nix hurt him. I don't want another Dobbs. I don't want Dobbs. Could go Kittle. Kyle Pitts is still here, though. If it comes to me. I know who I'm going if it comes down to this. I have no Wandale. I don't believe in Wandale. Only because I think, I don't know, maybe I should. Golden will not make it past his next pick. There's just no way. Okay. A week 11 bye again. Oh my goodness. So far in week 11, my wide receivers are going to be Metcalf, Downs, and Pittman. That is horrendous. I need a tight end, though. If some reason George Kittle makes it back to me, I guess that's who I'm taking. I'm not sure. I went Jaden Higgins. I think Jaden Higgins is a great. Casey's falling. If I was to get Casey here, this would be just as stupid. There's tight ends here, but I think I need a better wide receiver. I can't lie. I want Stephon Diggs. We'll go Stephon Diggs. I think he gets signed. That was a crazy reach on me, but I like the idea of what I did there. Now, when it comes back down, I'm going to have a weird decision to make. Do I wait on somebody like Aaron Rodgers? I think I do, because I drafted 2 of his receivers, so. I think Diggs gets signed, hopefully, to like the Commanders for me. I think Commanders would be a great fit, fantasy-wise, for me. So he's still looking at S tier, I guess. So my tight ends will be the downfall of this team. Is Hunter Henry already picked? I didn't even think about that. I wonder if you can make it to me. Yeah, I could go Hunter Henry, which he wasn't very good last year, I don't think. I guess he was. And if I take Aaron Rodgers, I can go like Fryermuth. Could have took a running back instead of Stephon Diggs, but okay, Sam Darnold got picked. I'm not going to take Daniel Jones, I don't think. I have a strategy I'm going to try to do here at tight end. Okay, I think the best available player is Dallas Goedert, technically. My running backs are going to be really weak. At least my bench players. Yeah, I have an S tier team apparently. And I'm going to have to take, I think, A-Rod on the next pick if I want him. See, here's the problem. I think Shigekonkwu is going to be really good. I think he's going to have a spike here. I think he's going to get a lot of touchdowns. Problem is, I want the Hunter Henry stack. So what do I do? Do I have a week 11? I'm going to go Hunter Henry. Just because I want that stack. I don't think I have that stack at all. And by God, I need a running back. And now we both have an S tier team. How is my uniqueness high? Literally in the first 3, I was already at a 0.1. I don't get that. Okay. Aaron Rodgers is going at the 174. I have the 172. And both guys have two, three quarterbacks. So. This sucks though, because I think the best player here is T.J. Hawkinson. I wanted to be able to stack that with Fryermuth, but it made no sense to reach on these players. Maybe Brian Robinson, but I'm not too high on him. Maybe I should take Brian Robinson. I don't know. I got to go A-Rod here, though, no matter what. And then just pray these running backs I get in the back are going to be be something. Yeah, we're going Aaron Rodgers. Let me see how many people have that. They have DK, Pittman, and Rodgers. Okay. How many people have AJ Brown? Let's say. Okay, that's a pretty common stack. I should want Pat Fryerman with that. If I can get Kamara sealed in the fall, that will be God's work right there. I want Kamara. That was stupid, but I did it. Hopefully, we get a weird breakout. I want to have a weird running back, but very young running backs. Let's look at our draft grade now. A plus, not an S tier. Damn it! I wanted to finish S tier. Yeah, they did good at wide receiver. They got the Dak stack. They got a golf and Tesla stack. I had a golf and Tesla stack one last year. That was pretty insane. What we're gonna do here though is look at wide receivers. I want to find someone weird. That's what I want to do. If we're looking at like a Drake May stack here, I don't want another buy a week 11 buy. I know that. Keon Coleman's a good one. I could do a Torrey Horton. No, it's another week 11. If Malachi Fields can make it, that's someone I'm interested in. Oh, Hollywood Browns. Why is he so far? I forgot Treylon Burks was in Washington. I completely forgot about that. This is another one I like. I guess he has a touchdown potential. Looks like we're going to get... I have a lot of Chris Bell. I'm going to go Malachi Fields on this one. I could see him being good at the end of the year. Maybe Neighbors doesn't recover very well. Yeah, maybe Neighbors doesn't recover very well, and maybe Odell Beckham doesn't do anything, and yeah. So this is the final draft grade. We got an A+ in advancement. This guy lost his S2. This guy did a pretty good draft, I'll say. But thank you guys for watching the draft. If you watch this in the future, leave a like, subscribe, do all the goods. I'm gonna be trying to draft, once or twice a week on YouTube, and hopefully when I win one of these leagues, we can look back on this live stream and watch me do it. So thank you guys for watching.